Right, so welcome back to the channel, guys. Now, the big question we're going to be answering today is, does email marketing still work in 2026? So my name is Jack Pointer. I've been writing emails every single day throughout the last 5 years straight. I've written for over 10,000 brands across the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, and more. So it's safe to say, with the greatest of humility, I know a thing or two when it comes to an email that converts or an email that just falls flat on its face, just fills the space. But with that being said, what we're going to be going through today, I've got a few slides I want to walk you through. We've got data, so we're going to be able to make data-driven decisions within this presentation. And we're going to show you the answer to the question, does email marketing still work in 2026? But without further ado, let's just get straight into it. So here we go. Does email marketing still work in 2026? Now, the short answer is yes. The real question is, are you using it properly? So are you doing what they used to do in the past, which is batch them all, blast the same email to every single person in your email marketing list? Or are you being smart about it? Are you moving into a retention system? Are you moving into an entire ecosystem of working those customers intelligently? Now, this is going to be the strategic playbook for the modern inbox. So here's the operator's manual from validation to execution. So we're going to go through these things throughout this presentation. So number one is the business case. So we're going to go through volume and ROI data that silences that skepticism. And these are going to come from the credible sources as well. Then we're going to go through the retention loop. So this is going to be a blueprint for the 7 core flows that automate your revenue. And then we're going to go through the design rules. So this is where you're going to be able to see wireframes and copy formulas for that 2026 inbox. And then we're going to go through the build plan. So this is going to be a 90-day roadmap, so you can roll out this system, whether it's for your clients or for your own store. People seem to think that email is declining, when in fact it's moving in the opposite direction. So we've got in 2024, 361.6 billion emails sent. 2025, 376.4 billion emails sent. Now, the projection for 2026 is 392.5 billion emails sent. So despite the rise of chat apps and AI, email volume, it continues to rise at 4% every single year. So here's the default identity layer of the internet. 4.73 billion users forecast for 2026. So that's over 50% of the world's population. So you can't sign up for social media, you can't bank online, you can't buy software without an email address. So it's the persistent digital ID. Now, the email is dead myth versus the reality. So here is the skeptic's view. AI content is everywhere. Filters are stricter. Privacy changes make tracking hard, in comparison to the operator's reality. So lazy email dies faster. If you're being lazy with it, if you're not knowing what to put and you're blasting your entire list, or you're just throwing a quick design together without those conversion elements in mind, it's gonna die. The channel isn't dying. The bar for quality is just higher. You need to stand out nowadays in the inbox. You can't just blast everyone with a plain text email and hope that everyone buys. It's just not the case anymore. So generic blasts, they trigger spam filters. Relevance and trust signals, they drive revenue. So here is the ROI argument. This is why brands keep betting on the inbox. So we've got standard here. This is if you're doing okay. $10 to $36 per $1 spent, which is crazy. That's a 10x, a 36x ROI. The next one, if you're a high performer, if your email marketing system is classed as a high performer, this is a 36 ROI to a 50 ROI. So $36 to $50 per $1 spent. And here is the top tip. If you've got a real good team behind you running your email marketing, a team who knows strategy, who knows design, who knows copy, who knows how to implement it, who knows segmentation, this is what you can get for your brand. $50 plus per $1 spent. So that's over a 50x ROI within the email inbox. So optimization, that's the biggest difference between a $10 per dollar ROI and a $50 per dollar ROI. So those little things within the email, those little things above the fold in the hero section, that final call to action at the end of the email, the little design principles, the copywriting conversion principles, those little tweaks, they move your brand from the high performer to being top tier. or even from standard to being high performer. So ownership versus algorithm. So let's say, for example, social media. We'll compare the email list to social media. The audience, or your audience, it's owned by the platform. There's rising CPMs on paid ads. You're vulnerable to algorithm resets. And then on the other hand, through an email marketing list, it's permission-based access. It's low incremental cost per send, and you're immune to the algorithm changes. So this is the retention system model that we use. So capture, automate, personalize the emails, convert, then you measure, then improve, and then capture. So you can see the first part is the acquisition, the second part is the feedback loop. And you just continuously work that. You continuously analyze those metrics, see where you're going right, see where you're going wrong, and then obviously improve on the things you're doing right, and then plug the holes on the things you're doing wrong. So we're going to go through step one. This is the intelligent capture. Now you must, as a brand, have a way to capture your leads that are visiting your website with an incentive. So unlock 10% off, get a mystery discount, get 3 for the price of 2. Something that prompts them to pop their email, in. So it must be brand consistent and it must load fast. You can't just have this ugly pop-up which takes a year to load on your website. You need to be in line with the brand guidelines, of course. So there are different incentive strategies. Number 1 could be a discount, so high conversion, lower margin. Number 2 could be a gift or a bonus, in fact, so that preserves the brand value. And number 3 is threshold, so free shipping on your first order, so set that threshold. So the fact of the matter is, if your pop-up is weak, every other email improvement is capped. If you're not getting as many people into your email marketing list as possible, you're not making as much revenue as possible from that retention on the back end. So this is the core automation ecosystem. So sometimes when we set brands up, depending on, of course, their budget, we'll either set them up with the essential flows, so like the welcome sequence, your abandoned cart, and your post-purchase, or we'll do the full works on them. So we'll install every single flow, these flows and more. So this is the customer journey, and every single point of that customer journey, you have a different flow sending out to those customers. So it's not like you are annoying these customers. You're very intelligently targeting your message to these potential customers. So if they've opted in, they'll get a welcome sequence. If they've added a product to the cart and abandoned it, they'll get sent an abandoned cart sequence. If they've just looked at a product, they'll get sent a browse abandonment sequence. If they haven't purchased in a while, they'll be sent a Winback sequence. If they purchase a product, they'll be sent a post-purchase sequence. If they have been sitting in the email marketing list for a while and not doing anything, you're going to send them a sunset flow to cleanse your email marketing list. And if you've got a subscription model, you could send them a subscription flow as well. So you can see here, we're not blasting every single person with the same message. We're very intelligently working out where they are in the customer journey, and we're sending a batch of emails in a well thought out flow to that potential customer. And if they buy, they'll get taken out of that flow. So we're not annoying anyone in this position. So this is the flow architecture. I did just go through it with you very, very quickly, but let me go into it and give you a little bit more detail. So flow type on the left and business goal on the right. So we've got the welcome sequence. This is to drive the first purchase. We've got the cart, the browse abandonment. This is to recover lost revenue or create intent. The post-purchase is to drive that repeat purchase and to reduce those refunds. So you could have within the post-purchase, you could have number 1, thank you for your order. Number 2, get them excited while their order is on the way. Tell them how to use it. And number 3 is you could then offer them an incentive. Okay, get 50% off your second one. Then we've got Winback down on the list, which is to revive those lapsed buyers. Then we've got the sunset flow, so that's to protect your deliverability. Like I said, if you cleanse your list, you're going to be getting high deliverability rates throughout the entire list, which places you in a much better position by removing that dead weight. And then you've got the subscription model, or the subscription flow, which reduces that churn. So there are new rules of engagement within the copywriting world. So the old way is clickbait. You know, when someone goes into their email provider on a Monday morning, and they see a bunch of emails and they see subject lines like this: huge sale, open now. They're not going to open it. They already know what's inside. They know it stinks of marketing. You know, if they've got an inbox mixed with, you know, personal emails, some marketing emails, you want to blend in with the personal emails. So that's why on the right hand side, subject, quick question. You know, quick question about your order, or quick question about X. This creates the curiosity. It blends in with those personal emails and it gets them to click. So you improve that open rate, and they actually see your email. They haven't just said, okay, I'll read it later when I'm in my shopping mode. They click now. You've got their attention, and now you have the potential to sell to them. You have the opportunity for them to buy your product. So the formulas for 2026, it could be quick question about your category. It's a quick question about your protein shake. Quick question about your jeans. Quick question about your style. You get the gist. It could be the value gap. So this is why X isn't happening yet. This is why weight loss isn't happening yet. It could be the pattern break. So before you grab this protein shake, read this. Before you buy another pair of jeans, read this. So this is an insight from Reddit at the bottom here. Trust signals matter. Emails must do exactly what the subject line promises. There's no clickbait. Do not lose the trust. If they open one of your emails and enjoy it, they're going to be more likely to open the other emails you send after that. If they open your clickbait email and it's got nothing to do with the subject line, they're going to look at your emails in the future and think, nah, there's no point. So, one, you're losing the click by by stinking of marketing. And number two, you've lost their trust. So you've got no hope whatsoever, or very, very little hope. So we're going to go through the anatomy of a high converting email. The first thing that you want them to see when they land it on the email is a big benefit driven bold headline. So this is number one. Number two, you're going to want to provide some supporting context to that headline. And number three is you're going to want the body. So that could be the discount code. That could be, you know, a product mock-up with the benefits pointing to it. And number four, of course, within every single email, you want the primary call to action button, and you want that in high contrast. You do not want that to blend in with the background. You want it to stand out. You want them to know, okay, this is a button and I need to click it to buy this product. So design a rule. Above the fold, one focus per section, and don't force the user to think. Make it very easy to scan this email, very easy on the eye to guide them down the page. Sometimes we use what we call as a zigzag. So as humans, we read from left to right. So we'll read left, right, left, right. So if you make it a zigzag, say text here, text starting left, now text starting right, now text starting left, text starting right, text image, image text, text image, image text. You can see it. You will naturally guide the reader's eye down your page. Same with this whole setup in the hero section as well. The headline, then we get the subheadline, then we get the body, and we're creating this V shape. We're creating this arrow to the eye, which goes down into the button. So you can see the width is longer, shorter, short, and then button. So we're guiding the user down to the button. So let's move beyond the open rates. So stop obsessing over the open rates. These are unreliable due to privacy changes or MPP. Let's start gauging the revenue per recipient. Let's start gauging the subscriber LTV, the lifetime value. Let's start gauging the list growth rate. So how many people are you getting into the email marketing list? Is it growing on a month by month basis? Could you do more to get more people into the email marketing list? And let's look at the email assisted conversions as well. The attributed conversions coming from the emails rather than the open rates or some vanity metrics. So we're going to go through a 90-day rollout plan. So phase 1, days 1 to 30. This is where you're going to audit and you're going to create that foundation. So fix the pop-up. That's number 1. Fix the entry point to your email marketing list. Get more people into that email marketing list. Then you'll have a lot more data to test, and you'll have a lot more data to see what is falling through the cracks and what is actually working. And then work on that welcome flow too. The welcome flow is going to be the flow that every single user receives. So you want to create the first impression. The first impression is the best impression. So work on that welcome flow. Within the first month, fix your pop-up, launch your welcome flow. Phase 2. So this is between month 1 and now heading into month 2. Now let's work on your core flows. Let's get your cart flows up. So your abandoned cart. Let's get your abandoned checkout. So that's one we didn't cover within this presentation as well. You get 2 different flows. You get abandoned cart and abandoned checkout. And normally people are confused between them both. Abandoned cart is obviously when they pop the product into the cart. They've got distracted. They've gone away somewhere. Maybe they were on their commute and it's time to get off the train. So they close. The abandoned cart flow will trigger a trigger flow within their email marketing provider for them to revisit their cart. Now the abandoned checkout flow is when they've got all the way to the checkout and then they've abandoned. So they're even warmer. They've made an extra step to the abandoned cart. So you've got abandoned checkout and abandoned cart. So know the difference between these two. So phase 2, back to it. Between month 1 and 2, we're going to create those core flows. So now you've fixed your pop-up, you've launched your welcome flow. We're now going to start to work on the other flows. Your abandoned cart, your browse abandonment, your post-purchase automation. We're going to get those flows in as well. And number 3, phase 3, between months 2 and 3, that's where we're going to start to optimize. That's when we're going to start to segment them, or we're going to start to look at the data and then intelligently segment them. We're going to A/B test, whether that is subject lines, whether that is A/B test strategies, whether that is A/B testing sending times. That's where we're going to get into the nitty gritty, and we're going to create, okay, this is the winner, this is the loser, let's optimize the winner. And then we're going to move on to the Winback and the sunset flow. We're going to move on to re-engaging those people who haven't really done anything or haven't purchased in a while, and re-engaging or cleaning our list for the people who haven't clicked, haven't engaged, haven't opened, they've done nothing in the last however long we set. So email isn't dead, but batch and blast is. Now the future, it belongs to systems. So there we have it, guys. Is email marketing dead? Is email marketing going to be working in 2026 just as effectively as it has been throughout the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years? The answer is yes, but conclusively, it's going to be down to how you're using it. If you just spam your entire email marketing list, no, your sender reputation is going to go down, deliverability is going to go down, your domain might even get blacklisted. If you're intelligently segmenting these people and you're working out, okay, which point are they at in the customer journey? How can I tailor messages to that group of people? Then you're going to win. If you're trying to spin all of the plates by yourself, it's going to be hard. It's going to be extremely, extremely hard. So if you are an e-commerce store, maybe you've got some revenue on the books, maybe you're a startup, maybe you're doing extremely well. If you want us to implement this 90-day plan for you, and you want an entire team working every single angle of your email marketing list, from, your strategy to your copywriting, to your design, to a team implementing it, to a team A/B testing it, whether that is, like I say, send times, subject lines, preview text, a design team. I'll touch back on the design team. A design team that don't just make things look pretty, they make things sell, they make things convert, they increase your revenue. So if you want a team on every single angle of your email marketing for your e-commerce store, just drop the word retention below and we'll be in touch. But as always, guys, it's been a pleasure. Like, comment, subscribe, drop a short comment down below just saying what you liked about this video, and it will be very, very appreciated. But thank you very much, guys, for watching the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.